I welcome everyone to this session. I am Santosh Kumar, Director KCS Education. In this presentation, I will talk about the futuristic technology for mechanical engineers. The session topics include Introduction to Mechanical Engineering, Industry 4.0, Futuristic Technology for Mechanical Engineers. Introduction to Mechanical Engineering. Mechanical engineering has very wide scope and it is one of the oldest disciplines of engineering. The core topics in mechanical engineering can be divided into four main categories: design, material, fluid mechanics and thermal science, manufacturing and industrial engineering. So whatever you learn in the mechanical engineering, those subjects, the core subjects, can be placed in any one of these four categories. So as a mechanical engineer, your intention should be, once you graduate, you should have some expertise in any one of these four domains. Industrial revolution. We are now in the beginning of fourth industrial revolution. There are four industrial revolution. Industry 1.0 took place in 1760 and extended till 1840. Here the industry growth happened because of the invention of steam engine, and this helped in mechanization of industrial practices. Industry 2.0 is distinct because of the introduction of electrical energy and mass production, which happened because of continued assembly lines. Then Industry 3.0 is mainly advanced by means of computer technology. So this complemented automation of industrial practices, and computers and electronics are the major contribution to Industry 3.0. We are now into the beginning of Industry 4.0. Industry 4.0, the major components are cyber physical systems, IoT, Internet of Things and networks. Industry 4.0 is started by German country in 2010. The key terms that appears in Industry 4.0 are smart factories, big data, machines talking to machines, artificial intelligence, machine language, machine learning, augmented reality, breakdown prediction, interconnected supply chains. Then we have intelligent robots, autonomous vehicles, drones. These are common terms that appear when we talk about Industry 4.0. The advantages of Industry 4.0 are higher productivity, agile process, rapid innovation, reduced cost, increased revenues, better workplace, improved communication, customer satisfaction. Now we can look at this picture to get a clear picture of an Industry 4.0. When does an industry can be categorized into Industry 4.0? From the design to the product delivery to the customer service, we have this workflow. The design begins, mostly it will be done in the using software digitally. Then there will be prototyping. There will be application of 3D printing, most advanced topic. Then once the prototype and models are been finalized, we'll go to production. There again The production, we have got blockchain of things. Blockchain of things means a technology used along with Internet of Things to get the benefit of blockchain and to suppress the drawbacks of Internet of Things. So there again, once the product is been made, it has been packaged, and it leaves the plant. Then there is a tracking of delivery because of the QR code or scanner code concept, and we can track where the deliverables are, and you can see the distribution, how it is happening. You can have complete control over the location of the product until it reaches the customer. So in this image you can see lot of these Wi-Fi like things are there, and we can see all these robots are independent, so they work on their own without getting any hardware communication between the other things. So here the machines talk to machines, and lot of data are gathered during the process, and this data gives the process that is happening. When can an industry or factory be called as a factory that comes under Industry 4.0? There should be interoperability between the machines, devices, sensors, and people. So interoperability is a process where the data has been communicated between these four machines, devices, sensors, and people. Next comes information transparency. So Industry 4.0, we have heard that there is a term called as big data. In manufacturing, lot of data are there during the manufacturing process. Say if there is a machining that is happening, there is a speed, feed, surface roughness, then the adjustment, and so many things are there. So many data are there in the manufacturing process, and these data will represent the physical world. So there should be information transparency where the systems create a virtual copy of the physical world through sensor data in order to contextualize the information. Then there should be technical assistance. The machine should support the humans in the process of decision making and solving problems, and the machine should help and assist the humans with the tasks that are too difficult or unsafe for the humans. Then comes decentralized decision making. That is, if there is a device that is performing a intended work, the device should have a decentralized decision making capability. That is, there shouldn't be any central processing unit. There should be a server, micro server in the system itself or the device itself. Then it has to make a decision by communicating with the next level devices or machines. So that is called as decentralized decision making, for which we need to have cyber physical systems. Those are capable of making simple decisions on their own and become as autonomous as possible. The third part of the presentation is about futuristic technologies or streams. These presentation I have gathered through the real-time happenings that is happening in different countries across the world. So we have these technologies that will be there that will dominate the whole industry in the future. 3D printing, it comes in the category of additive manufacturing. Then we have got autonomous systems, composites, it comes under material categorization, micro manufacturing, renewable energy, electric vehicles, supply chain management, CAD, CAM, CAE, ergonomics, lean manufacturing, occupational health and safety. 3D printing. So in previously, even with the help of computers, prototyping is a very difficult task. But with the advent of additive manufacturing technologies and 3D printing in particular, we can easily produce a prototype within a matter of hours. Next one is the autonomous system. Here you can see that the cars are like they are talking to each other, and with the help of sensors they know their location, and this helps the cars to travel autonomously without the help of any human being. So this is one technology that every automobile manufacturing company is progressing. Composites. So composites are a combination of two or three different materials. It can be a metal along with plastics. So the advantage of composites are strength to weight ratio. So for a less weight, it will have more strength. The picture that is shown here is a rotor blade of a helicopter. The span has been shown, cross-sectional area. So composite is one advancing material processing technology where a lot of applications are there because of the advantages, unique advantages it has. Micro manufacturing. You can see size of the spur gear that this ant holds. These are as the technology is getting advanced, we are getting all the devices in very compact space. As you have to visualize within the small compact zone, lot many devices are there. So to manufacture those devices, you have to go for micro manufacturing. It can be micro machining, micro fabrication, etc. Renewable energy. So here we can see wind energy, solar energy are there. So we are progressing to renewable energy so that we don't deplete our non-renewable energy resources. Then electric vehicles along with the hybrid vehicles are small launches are there happening these days, and it will have a huge market in the future. Supply chain management system. Usually a supply chain will have procurement of raw materials, then it will be sent to the factories where the raw materials are processed and the products are distributed to the customers. Nowadays, since everything is going digital, supply chain management has made itself a lot of changes. So this area is having huge demand for the engineers. So CAD, CAM, CAE, computer aided design, computer aided manufacturing, and computer aided engineering. So there are plenty of softwares available for a computer aided design or manufacturing and CAE. Like FEA is a CAE tool, CFD is a CAE tool. So AutoCAD is there for computer aided design, and we have simulation softwares for computer aided manufacturing as such. So these computers will help you to forecast the problems forecast a problem of a design. So this will help us to redesign the component in the computer itself. So it reduces lot of waste that happens because of a bad product. Ergonomics. This is one another area, very interesting area, where we design the systems around us considering our bio design. Like we take a human as a ergonomic model, and based on our ergonomics we design the system around us. Lean manufacturing. Lean manufacturing is corely concepted around elimination of waste and do what is adding value to the process. Here initially we have to identify the value, then we have to do a value stream mapping, then we have to eliminate the waste, and we have to respond to the customer pull, and we have to improve this cycle to the perfection. Occupational health and safety is one more interesting area where it is somewhat evergreen area where in industries you have to take care of the health of the worker and safety of the worker by having many number of safety practices. So the final part of the presentation, we have MOOC courses and for digital learning. Lot of digital learning tools are available and websites are available for students to go for a self-paced learning with the experts available in these websites. Thank you. Please share, like, comment, and subscribe our channel. support our cause. Thank you.